do that. That's not what I need from a man. You work too much. I want my man to be at home. I want to go to work and come back and meet my man at home. I want my guy to be rough, to call me names. We have to break up because that is not what I am. I dated a lady who, she was a lecturer at that time, and she was almost this was another lady again, telling me that, oh man, you're so nice.
So what are you trying to say, Engineer Ken? What are you trying to say?
Hold on. You're too nice. Why are you so nice like this? Then I had to talk to my guys at work. So one day we just a break at work, and I walked to my staff. I was like, yo, this is what is going on. What do I have to do? They started laughing at me. They said, yo, man, engineer, man, this is not African, man. This is American, man. You've been here so long. Supposed to know the system, man. You treat these women as bitch. When you treat them as bitch, they'll run after you. They'll treat you nice. Then guess what? I have to do that. When I call her name,
no, we are talking, Engineer Ken. Hold on. Those words you are using, please.
Sorry that I. Yeah.
Yes. What we are saying right now.
When I started using that word,
Engineer Ken, what is the causes of divorces that is happening everywhere?
Okay, I'm going there now. Just relax and hear me out. I'm going there now. So, as a man or as a woman, when you are in courtship, dating a guy or dating a woman before you marry, and when you know that guy that is a violent person, a guy that doesn't have respect for nobody, you spend time with him, you know him. There is no need for you to go in there and marry the same person. Because if you do, you are sending your death warrant. Because one day it might hit you in a place that you don't expect it, and that might lead to your death. And when you are also dating too as a female, you find a guy that is so conscious of money that everything that he does is money. Also have things in your head that this guy, tomorrow, if he doesn't make money, he can do anything to get the money. He can sell you, he can do rituals about you. So if you are someone that has sense of mind, or someone that you can relate to elderly people, or you can relate to your parents, then you can talk to them. Then the next thing, there's no need for you to marry such a person. And some mothers too, and some fathers, they're also playing that bad roles in their children's life. But if you have a daughter, oh, can't you see our sister Mary's daughter? She's just 16 years old. Look at what she's doing in their house. She's the one taking care of the family. She has a boyfriend. She's bringing money home. So what are you expecting? You are not pushing your daughters out to go out there and start doing the rubbish stuff to bring you money. So this thing that we're facing right now is a very big problem, because a lot of our traditional values are getting weaker every day. A lot of parenting are getting weaker every day. They don't put our traditional value into it. You being a Christian does not make you to lose your traditional values. The church are not saying it the way it's supposed to be done. Back in the olden days, you see our parents marrying about 8 wives, 10 wives, and all of them will be submissive to your husband. I had a late uncle that has 9 wives. 9 wives. And this man in his house, the one that cook on Monday, different from the one that cook on Tuesday. Sometimes when I visit them, I can't even tell who's the mother of this one and who's the mother of that one. Because any woman that is at home on that day, they call that person EA, and they are your children. Because that is how it was done back in the days. So our traditional rights, our traditional values we are losing it every day by day. We are trying to modernize it. We are black people. We are not whites. We cannot embrace the white man culture into our own culture. It doesn't work. That is a problem that we are facing right now, and that is why you're seeing a lot of divorcees. in our houses. You see, when a woman is going out from his father's house as a Benin man, you hear the father telling that woman, listen, you have no room in my house. You have no room in my house. As you lock your door, we are giving you out to this man. Don't think you can come back to this home anymore. And when that woman starts having that idea in her head, she will try by all means to make her marriage work. She will try by all means to make her marriage work. But if the woman has an idea in their head that no matter what she does, her parents are supporting her, her parents are backing her up, it's a problem. It's a real problem. I have a younger sister who's a lawyer. The husband is a pastor. About 2-3 years ago, the husband called me and said, Daddy, your daughter, she's disrespecting me. Look at what she did. I said, really? He said, yeah. I said, don't worry. I'll go into the matter. I called my sister right there. She wanted to say, she wanted to explain herself. I asked her to hold on. I don't want to hear anything from you. When you get home, go on your knee and apologize to your husband. And after doing it, tell your husband you should call me. And the husband called me that same evening and said, Daddy, thank you very much. I've seen what you have done. About a year later, that was when my sister now called me, oh, look at what happened. But Daddy, the way you acted, you just saved my marriage. Because if I've given my sister a listening ear, maybe I will advise her to leave her husband. Your husband cheats on you. That doesn't make you to leave her, to leave him. You will check yourself out. If you are the nagging type, if a man has a nagging wife at home, nothing you do that pleases her, you don't want to come back home after work.
Are you justifying cheating? Are you saying that?
No. I'm not justifying cheating. Cheating in the both sides is very, very wrong. It is very, very wrong. If you as a woman, hold on, my brother. I'm trying to take you bit by bit. If you as a woman dating a guy that cannot stay with one woman, that all the time that this guy is looking for other women, if you are dating a guy that he has a password to his cell phone, then you don't have it as a woman. That guy is not worthy of you to get married to that guy. Some of the time, like Friday time, some of the time when we talk on Ninja Watch, when we talk about women, we just laugh, blah, blah. My wife is always there. Sometimes she'll come to the office, she'll just be there, she'll say, oh, honey, you cheated on me with Ninja Watch. They will start laughing. When we talk about it, she's there, she have my password to my phones, to my account, to my everything. Nothing I hide from her.
But you should understand that most men just cheat for fun. They cheat. They take it as a normal thing.
Yeah, most men cheat for fun because that is who they are. If you as a woman,
hold on.
I disagree with that.
Hold on, please. We have a caller. Thank you. Hello, madam. Good evening to you. Talk to us. Where are you calling from?
Good evening. I'm Emre calling from Benin.
Okay, Emre, we lost you on the screen. You were here with us, right?
Yeah. My take on it is that you asked the question, who is to be blamed?
Yeah.
Concerning the rampant divorce case.
Yes.
To me, the blame is from the parents. Because the Bible says, train up a child in the way it should go, and when the child is grown, it will not depart from it. Most of the things that are happening these days, we are talking about respect and every other thing, starts from the cradle. A child that is being trained from the cradle will learn to respect even a child that is older than him or her with a day.
Yes.
But a child that is not being inculcated with discipline can see a 90-year-old man and spit on the 90-year-old man's head. So it boils down to we, the parents, that are still the parents of a child. So if a child that is not well disciplined grow up, the child will become an irresponsible father or irresponsible mother or irresponsible husband or wife. It all boils down to respect. So as the child grows, the child learns that I should respect this, I should respect that. Majority of us is the respect that was inculcated by our parents that still makes us keep on going in life.
Exactly.
Yes. So, but if you are not inculcated with such discipline, you cannot be a responsible.
So you are blaming the parents.
Wife. Yes, I'm blaming the parents. So most of the things that we are having in the society now, the deterioration of the society now, starts from the home. The home make up the society make up a nation. Where there is no respect, there will be no love. It is respect that brings in love. I respect this person because of the love that I have for this person. And that is what brings in trust. I always tell people, trust. If there is no trust in anything, there is no need to move on. We talk about divorce, this one do this one do that one. See, Oga, a lot of things are happening, as you rightly said. It still boils down to respect. I read on somebody's status, a mother telling the son that I won't take this car from you because I did not know where you got it from. Somebody was saying, the woman is scared. I said, no, the woman is not. The woman is disciplined.
Yes.
A child that you don't know where he or she works, just come up with a vehicle. A lot of mothers in Benin will be happy about that. But this woman rejected that offer. Why? Because she's disciplined. It boils down to the marriage, down to marital thing and stuff. Somebody said, every man is entitled to get married to more than one wife. It's entitled to go about and do a lot of things they want to do. I'm not against that. But it takes a responsible man or a responsible wife to say, yes, I want my husband to grow, or I want my wife to grow. A lot of divorces this day is just misunderstanding, not understanding yourself. If you want to get married, for goodness sake, don't just marry because you want to marry. Marry your friend. Marry that person that you are going to understand. If you have a friend, even if you have a quarrel, there's a tendency that yes, you can make it up. But if you marry just because Mario, Juliet's Mario, me too, I want to go marry because I want day for the class of marriage. You will rush in and rush out.
But madam, you are aware that most people now in Nigeria, because you are calling from Nigeria, they are divorcing just because they want to have the freedom to live the kind of life they want to live. In most cases, from women, especially in Lagos. Yes. Yes.
I still stand by my word. And I'm still saying it. It all boils down to discipline. The kind of discipline that I have from my mom, despite me being the only child, I don't do nonsense. I won't try. You try, I won't die. There's so many things that you will not do, whereby because of the way you were trained.
Okay.
And when that followed you down into your matrimonial home, it keeps you there.
That's true.
Back to coming down to men killing their wives, women killing their husband, and every other thing. See, it boils down to discipline and greed. When somebody start having this covetousness in him or her, I want to have it all. Without it still goes down to discipline. When you are not disciplined, you will not be responsible. We are all crying out on this platform. Yeah, so Nigeria wants a better Nigeria, because the people that are out there, they are not disciplined, they are not accountable, they are not responsible. If you are responsible for your actions, I don't see why you will want to do a thing that will negate your personality. We are talking about people that are out there of the social class doing a lot of things that are not supposed to be done, giving them bad image and every other thing. Okay, if you watch keenly, if we are going to be sincere to ourselves, those people that got married, they are not friends. Somebody will say, why they don't do courtship? If you go to the church today, the church is just like a hospital. The church is not is a dump site for all manner of people. You're bringing religion and everything. Like I was watching on EBS this morning. We're talking about intertribal marriage, talking about intertribal marriage and interreligion marriage. One of the pastors said something. He said, if the Lord does not lead you to go there, and you go there, you suffer for it. The Lord might even lead somebody and say, yes, leave, go and marry a Muslim. There is a reason why the Lord will send that person there. You get it? Likewise, intertribe marriage. It all boils down to discipline. If we are not disciplined, if we are not disciplined from the cradle, I don't think we'll become a responsible citizen. Be a responsible man, be a responsible woman. Irrespective of the gender, discipline matters most. Discipline boils down. I always put on my status, I say, re-Israel. Do you know why I put that re-Israel? Because these days, you find out fake people, those fake set of people, you find them in your family, you find them among your friends, you find them everywhere. And one thing that is lacking in most marriages is transparency.
Okay.
Somebody was talking, the woman not they respect himself, and the woman not they respect the man not they respect himself. Have you asked the man that wants respect, you that you want respect, are you responsible? You should be responsible. If you are responsible and you are updoing, no woman will see a man that is updoing and say, yes, I want to disrespect the man.
So when the man is not responsible, the woman cannot insult him, right?
No, I'm not standing on that. No, I'm not standing on that. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
What I'm saying that a man that is not updoing, if he's not up, if the man is not up and doing, you will see a woman. It will get to a point the woman will not respect the man. I have a life story in which the woman is the one fending for the house, covering a lot of things. Yeah, the man will have a bigger salary and you still go outside to go and look for little girls. You know that you cannot feed your home. You know what the Benin usually call a dasoe? You know you're a Benin man.
Exactly.
They call them a dasoe in there, dasoa.
Yes.
You understand? You want to go outside to do this show off. And that show off, you don't do it in your home.
All right, thank you.
Those are the little things that are bringing in divorces in marriage. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam Emerald. Let's hear from other person. Thank you so much. I can see somebody is trying to call me here. Let me see. 1 minute, please. Okay, Alex.
You must know my time.
Hold on. Engineer Ken, I'll come back to you. Okay, Alex, please talk to us. Good evening to you.
Thank you. Thank you. I've been watching for a while, and I greet all of you for educating people. It's good we express ourselves and we learn one or two things from educating people and from Nigeria Watch platform. For me, I want to pick up from where that lady stopped. A lot of times, it boils down to the generation of children born in the 90s, especially 90s. If you watch them very well, if you check statistics, those early, they are the ones getting married now, early 2090s. And that very era, Nigerian government have been so bad. It led to many people leaving the country. They left their children with grandma, grandpa, uncle, aunties. And most of these children, uncles cannot train a child the way you would train your child. Grandma can only do her best. Grandpa can only do his best. And grandpa and grandma are getting weaker, and the child is growing like a vegetable. Before you know it, he's already 15. You can only talk on the phone while you are sending school fees from America, from Canada. And these people grow to get married. They don't get that thing that both parents give to children when they are together. Money is not everything. So it boils down to government failure that drove people into diaspora for 30 years or 20 years. The children, most of them left behind. Many marriages collapsed, which are the side effects of governance, and those are the backlashes. So nobody planned for it. I'm not blaming anybody. It's the government. themselves, they don't respect women.
So your blame goes to
They don't
goes to the government.
Yeah, some of them are married 10 wives, 8 wives, the useless women. Some of them even kill their wives, these government officials. You hear the story of Fanny Kayede and all those marital divorce saga everywhere with people we are supposed to be looking up to. So they destroy the economy. They drove people's parents into the diaspora. You cannot train a child on the phone. Phone calls is not the same thing as parenting. Sending school fees is not everything. There's something when you wake up, your parents, your mother, your father are together. There's that thing growing up with your parents. Apart from those that lost their parents, which is natural. So I'm not saying it's in all cases, but this has affected, it has led to the divorces because many boys and girls, especially girls, the girl child now, they didn't have that thing. It's not, you can't give what you did not get and what you don't have. It's not their fault. They just grow up in the midst of students. Some of them grow up in boarding school, and a lot of this happened there. They've been abused. They've been introduced into violence. No fatherly presence or motherly presence to checkmate them at home, to ask them about their homework. Grandpa and grandma can't do that. So it's so sad that our leaders, they deserve to be in jail for destroying the future of our youth and our children. All the divorce cases, I put it, therefore, on the table of our political leaders who have been in power since the 90s and up to now. Thank you very much. I'm still working.
Thank you very much.
I'm still watching that.
Thank you. God bless you. Thank you. All right. Some don't blame husband, some don't blame wife, some don't blame parents. Why are the first blame now coming to the government? So let's continue to hear from people. Engineer Ken, please round up with us.
All right. So as I said earlier, so everything goes back to the parents, parental value, and the society that we find ourselves. Like in Nigeria now, parental values and the government. So the economy is messed up. So the women has to go do olosho or whatever to take care of their family. And their family now, they has no choice than to accept it from their children because of the economy failure in the society. But we should not stop. We should keep on throwing light like this all the time into the society. So maybe gradually process, they'll be hearing us. Little by little, things will be turning around for good. I must say this. No one should get married because of a big dick. Excuse my language. And no one should get married.
Word, please.
Okay, sorry. No one should get married because of prettiness. Get married for characters. Character values in relationship is the greatest. If you marry for character, it will last you for a lifetime. And that is mine.
Thank you.
That is my
Thank
take.
you very much, Engineer Ken. Thank you. All right. Let me take another call. Amanda Rita, thanks for calling in. Talk to us.
Okay, hello?
Thank you.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes.
Yes, I called. I think I just came in when Engineer Ken was speaking, Domosa. There's something that he said, and it still boils down to what I always say. We have to evolve with the times. When you get married, your father will say, okay, you don't have any room in this house, this is it. You go to your husband's house. I think as at that time, they did it, they make such statements, for our fathers, they tell our daughters when they're married off, is for them to, is a kind of way of telling them, build your home. Your father's house, it should not be, a yardstick to run away from your problems, face your problems. I guess that's where that statement came from. But if you look back and you now look forward, that comment has made a lot of women die early. They've made a lot of women bear abuse, and intimidation because they always feel behind their head. That statement says, don't come back. You go back to your husband's house. Fast forward, we're talking about evolving with the times. Even if that is said, right, it's a good thing, but it should also be said that, hey, if you need someone to talk to, call me. If you think your home is unbearable, you can still come home, but you're not coming home to stay. We can figure whatever it is that is happening in the marriage, we can sit down and talk like civilized people. So perhaps maybe that comment shouldn't be said, or maybe it should be rewarded differently. And when you talk about, Engineer Kate says something about, a woman shouldn't divorce us because of cheating. I agreed, but there's also a clause that I do not agree. We are forgetting with these times, like I keep fast forwarding, evolve with the time. We have a lot of STIs, sexually transmitted infections. It's no longer called STD, STIs. Now, a lot of women have been contacted with diseases like HIV because of cheating. You understand? A lot of them, they've gotten, apart from HIV, there's so many other diseases that for life, hepatitis, all those things affect because one partner cheated. It could be a man or a woman. That's the truth. It's not just men now. I'm not just talking to the men, but majority from in our cultural perspective, men normally cheat, but these are the things that one needs to look out for. It is a very serious thing, and every time, it is also a comment Engineer Ked said, when a man is cheating because the woman should check herself. I think that is an unconscious statement, because even in the churches, all I keep hearing, like I tell all my friends and people who forward messages from churches saying a woman must do this, a woman must do that. I always tell them, when it comes to the pastors talking to the men, forward such messages to me. But when it comes to the men, I'm sick and tired of it. That is why we keep talking about treating the woman. But forgetting that when it comes to the home, a typical home, it's both parties. So pastors, men should start talking to the men now, because over the years and centuries, we'll be hearing a woman must do this. If a man cheat, maybe the woman is not having a shower properly, maybe she's not dressing properly. Listen, we have the most beautiful women in the world. Beyonce, that is beautiful. Her husband cheated on her. We have Halle Berry. To me, from the time Halle Berry had a husband who cheated, I know that it's not about beauty. And also, some men also have addiction problem, sexual addiction. There's so many issues to be addressed here. And some men also have.
But when a man has sexual addiction, when a man has sexual addiction, that's when the woman needs to service him properly.
Madam, I can just help you here. I can say flirting addiction. Flirting addiction.
No. Hold on.
Sexual addiction. No.
Let her finish, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. Sexual addiction is a complete different issue entirely. Oh, no.
Okay.
The woman can't treat him. That is something to do with the man has a personal issue that needs professional help.
Oh.
You can never satisfy that kind of man. Never.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Over the years, and even the men are actually drained. Men will go through that. Even women go through that. It takes a lot from their body and their soul. It takes, so it's not your spouse that will fix it for you. It's just like you're addicted to drugs. It's not your spouse or your father. You need professional help. It's a very serious thing. But over the years,
when it comes to that one has sickness now.
Many of that our society hasn't really addressed, or it doesn't want to be discussed. Sexual addiction.
Okay.
But we now cover it to say, oh, a man is cheating. It's sexual addiction.
Okay, but what about women? Before you go, Madam Rita, what about women that divorce their husband? Let's assume the man is the worst man on earth. Fine. But you divorce your husband within 2 months, you have started traveling from Lagos to Abuja doing runs. They call it hookup. So now the man can't be the wahala. Because the man not good. Now the man be the wahala. Wait after divorce 2 months. Iniedo, for example, is number one person to use as an example. Iniedo divorced her husband, and then she's on the road till tomorrow.
I agree about that. You know that Iniedo married to one other
Hold on, let her finish.
Okay.
Let the person on the phone finish.
Is the panel full?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's full, so I can just.
Yeah, it's
okay,
full.
So fine. When you make statements like a woman was married and all of a sudden, we all know her as Mrs. Somebody, right? And then you just hear suddenly on the social media, oh, they are divorced. Number one, the first question is, how long were they married? How long were they separated? Most likely, you never knew that they were probably separated for more than 2 years. You never knew. You only knew when she was divorced, and then you now start counting from when you knew to say, oh, this woman, she has moved on. You never know. Iniedo was married to the guy lives in the US. She was living in Nigeria. You and I don't know how long they were separated for.
Okay, Madam Rita, please hold on. Oh, this one, no, you can't continue. Hold on.
No,
Let's assume, hold on now. Let's assume they divorced 10 million years ago. Does that justify any woman? Because that is what is rampant right now in Lagos. When they divorce, they go into hookup.
It is not something questionable, because some men did bury their
wife. You are justifying it. Margarita is justifying it that is normal.
No, now, Mr. Naija, what you are taking it out of context. No,
hold on.
I am not trying to be correct here.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make you believe what I'm saying, that what I'm saying is true. No. We just talked about respect earlier on when I was on the phone. It's two ways. But you know what? We're talking about two individuals in a relationship.
Okay.
You and I would never really know fully what went on. I'm not justifying the woman after 2 months. You see her going from...
It might not even be after 2 months. My question is, most of them leave their marriage and they start hookup. Why?
That's a week.
Hookup. I think... okay, see.
Let's assume the man was bad. Let's assume the man was bad. Fine. But okay. I've seen many women who have divorced. They are still alone for like 2-3 years or even more before they remarry. Right?
Rita, space has freed up. Join now. Join.
Madam Rita, come to the screen. Come to the screen.
Okay, no, please. I have to attend to my husband here first. After that, I will come to this.
Okay, all right.
Okay. Since we're talking marriage now, I'm trying to encourage people into my home first now. I will come like maybe in 30-35 minutes.
She's a politician. You see, she wants to attend to her husband first. You see, that is what we're talking about. Making the man the head.
Woman. Okay, what I'm saying here is this. I'm not supporting any man who, for example, justified a man that cheats, that beats his wife, or take drugs or whatever. Fine. Like we talked about addiction the other minute, few minutes ago. That's fine. It happens. 1 or 2 persons have addiction. I have my own addiction. What I'm addicted to is game. I don't talk for a long time ago. Maybe I don't forget. My biggest addiction, I tell us game. Upon soon they see me for life every day. I play football, PlayStation every day, 7 days, 365 days in a year. It's addiction.
You need professional help.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, for game again. Now, wow.
Yes, it could be bad because listen, I don't want to talk about my personal life here, but I get people who they my life where say they complain, say, after you don't do broadcast all day, this is that now time, blah blah blah. Now they play game. It happen. I take guilt. I'm supposed to be blamed for that. I'm telling you, no matter how tired I am, my addiction, I talk so. I know they smoke, I know they drink, I know they go party, I know they see anybody, nobody they feel see me. So if you accuse me, say me go womanize or I go do this, or you don't go see me anywhere. So maybe that game I've actually, with my job and everything, I've actually tied me in my house. Okay. Now, wait till be your addiction. Some men, like they talk about sexual addiction. That one, it be as you get to, that one be as you get, because you cannot be using your wife as a sex toy, or I don't know. We have to be careful with the kind of words we use here. But the main bordering right now is the women. In me, they talk about Lagos. So I'm not saying me get why they focus on that area. You will divorce today. As Madam Rita just stated, maybe they have divorced 10 years ago or whatever. I'm not even interested on that now. We know, like Engineer Ken mentioned earlier on, what happened to that morality? Say you divorce your wife and you divorce your husband. They can't find out, say 3 years later, you are still alone, you are very decent, or rather, you have remarried. Let's say that. Oh, yes, that woman don't marry again now. Not be saying they do hook up from one flight to another, first class to another, from here to here. It's a big problem in Nigeria. It's the biggest reason why many women are living
very big problem. Very, very big problem. I read an article. I read an article last year, from a white blogger that says that the highest young divorcees in the world is in Nigeria, mostly in Lagos.
It's very.
I was weak.
You are right. You are very
I was
right,
weak.
and it's very, very
Why
wrong.
are we always using Lagos does not represent the entire Nigeria?
No.
And there are a
What
lot
we are
of
saying,
divorces in Lagos, but there's so many parts of Nigeria where those types of things are not happening.
No,
There's so
what we
many
are
people.
saying,
There's so many people in the different parts of Nigeria. Not because Lagos is like a dumping ground. There are all
what
manner
I'm
of things
saying,
happening.
Madam Momo, yeah. Now where I know, now me they talk. I don't say no they happen for other place. So now where me know, it will be wrong for me to talk about divorce happening in Zimbabwe when I not go there.
But there are decent people in Lagos too.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Like now, the same Nigeria they talk about. I see we always use Lagos as a yardstick because now there are many people. My point is that there are many successful marriages within Nigeria, not necessarily in Lagos, and there are even decent people in the same Lagos.
But the question that she's asking is that why is it that when a woman divorces, in less than 2 minutes, she has started living one kind of loose life?
Nobody did answer that question.
I
That's the
can't
question.
answer that
Why?
because I don't have people.
Let me. I cannot answer it.
The reason why
If you permit me to answer, I can.
because since you
And
asked
people
the question
speak-
now, can I just finish? Mona, wait, now Bemona, let me land first now. Bemona,
Please, Peter Koko, hold on, sir. Everybody, hold on.
The Mona, just let me land. I not fit speak for any woman when married today, like Sister Rita talk. It could have been that it was for a while and then the woman decided to move on, but we don't know. I can't speak for a woman because I in my head doesn't make sense because the emotions that come with, because divorce is like death, it's like finality. That's what it's like. So the emotions that go with it, everything that come along with it, no woman in her sane mind would be thinking about another man. So it's very, very, I can't really speak for those women because I believe they're in the minority. Because Nigerian women typically like
they are not
to protect
in the minority.
their marriages.
No. You can't say that.
Hold on, we have a caller. We have a caller.
Oh, yes, corner.
Hello. We have a caller, please. Please, Alex, we have a caller. Thank you. Hello, Kevukel, good evening to you, sir. Talk to us. Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, sir. We can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I've been listening with keen interest in what's going on.
Okay.
You're fast becoming a marriage counselor.
No, not me. Everybody is canceling each other here.
Yeah. Okay. I want to say that the challenge we have in the marriages or in the home today is the proper foundations or proper fundamentals were not looked into before marriages were set up, especially what we have in Nigeria. There are fundamentals that must be established before you say, okay, let's go into marriage. Number one is you see two people that are practically or clearly that are not compatible, but because they want to live in fantasy, they'll go into marriage, right?
Okay.
So that is one of the big problems we're having today.
Yeah. Okay.
No proper understanding from beginning, no kind of courtship, no kind of dating to see, can I communicate with this person? Can I live with this person? So these marriages you see breaking up or having challenges, there's no communication in that form. Husband and wife or the couple, they're supposed to be in close communication. There is no secrecy. There's no issue that they know what he has and what he has not. Right? They know their strengths and their weaknesses, and those things need to be established before they go into marriage. And most times, the problem comes from the men. Men used to lie a lot to women just because they want to have their hands in marriage. They are not able to tell them exactly this is the situation of things. Right?
Okay. Thank you.
They want to keep the fantasy of the woman.
So much noise, sir.
find out that by the time the marriage is established, the woman will find out that this man, what he told me, is not what is there.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you. All right. Yeah, what Kevin Kerr is saying, I understand that some people who travel, especially some men who travel all the way to Nigeria to go lie to some girls over there that they have company in abroad and all that. At the end of the day, you end up marrying that kind of a woman and bring her home, bring her here. She not get to know, say, now clean and you be, or you be security officer and all that. So yeah, I understand that. You know, to be honest, if we want to touch on every angles today, we might be here for 7 hours. That's why I'm focusing more on Nigeria. Remember the last time we were focusing more in abroad. Our women in abroad, how come they are divorcing their husband, they are not respecting their husband and all that. So most women here actually make us to understand the reason why things are happening. You know, we also discussed the other time, why is it that men are, you know, using gun and all that to kill their wives in America and all that, fine. But now today we are focusing more on Nigeria because the numbers are increasing every day. You know, I also saw a comment just now, somebody say that Elvis don't use Nigerian celebrity marriages as a yardstick. No, we are only using that, referencing to that. What is happening to people, normal people now, is a big problem. If you watch the video that I played earlier on, where a Vanguard have to go to the streets, you know, asking people questions. They were not even talking about celebrities. You know, they were talking about what our people are currently, passing through, that the numbers is just getting too much. So this is something that I really think, I don't know how to address it. I don't know how we can address it. To be honest, it's getting too much. And even we there, bro, safe. I believe that we even better safe. To be honest, I don't think we have problem to compare to people that live back home now. All of them divorce for fun now, and the most annoying part of it is that they move on so quick. You divorce today, you already with another man tomorrow. It shouldn't be like that. Or you left your husband today, or you left your wife today. I understand most men, yeah, they don't care as well. But for me, what can we say? Because before I move on to the next person now, which is going to be Mr. Victor, what can we actually do or say to stop this? Because it's getting too much. Mr. Victor, please talk to us. Good evening to you.
Thank you, Mr. Elvis, for having me on. I've been waiting patiently for the past 2 hours.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
But it's okay. Yeah. First of all, I want to sorry, clear my throat. I want to say, make a mention to one of your callers earlier on who said, marry your friend. In fact, I want to believe that is the best advice that I've heard so far this evening. Marry your friend. Woman, marry that man who is your friend. Man, marry that woman, not woman, sorry. That would be polygamy. Marry that woman who is your friend. And what does it take to get into friendship? Forget about the dates. That is what the West wants us to believe. Take them out, dine them, wine them, go to parties, go to nightclub. No. Don't take them out. Don't go to any nightclub. Let them know your strength, your weakness. Talk to each other on a daily basis. Don't have sex. Somebody might say I'm wrong. Treat each other as friends. Woman, treat that man as if she's a girl, as if she's your man. I mean, your friend who is a girl. Man, treat that woman as if she's your guy, as if she's a boy, and run things through. It is possible. Don't sleep with each other. Do it for a very long time. I don't know how long. Could be 1 year, could be 2 years, could be 3 years. When you fully understand each other, that marriage will never break. That marriage will never, it will never dissolve. because you are dealing with each other from another level of interaction. You know, now let me go straight to one point. When you were born, everybody, after all, we all came from our mother's womb. We have something that is called a tabula rasa, which means our mind is like a blank slate. Nothing has been written on it. Yeah. We now start to grow from year 1, year 2, year 3. We go primary, secondary, university, and everything. And everything that we now begin to put inside our head is empirical. Empirical simply means that you learn from experiences, you learn from being taught, you learn from your conscience, you learn from everything. And now bringing it all together into the area of relationship, people divert into so many areas. People become doctors, engineers, and things like that, and people become pilots and things like that. But today we're focusing on relationships. Yeah, Mr. Leftist said earlier on that social media is a big influencer, and I support him. He said it about 2 hours ago, and I support him because a lot of the young people right now, they get most of their education from social media. So, but what we cannot do is controlling what they take in from social media. Some people taking good things. Social media is a good thing. We are on social media right now, you know. But some other people are on social media doing negative stuff. Some people are on social media doing things unimaginable that I cannot even mention here. And the end result now justifies the means of why they went there. And that's why we see some people getting good results, some people getting bad results. So on this note, I want to advise men, because there's a guy, I don't know if you know him, his name is Andrew Tate. He's on social media. They blocked him on YouTube. They blocked him on WhatsApp. They blocked him everywhere. It's only this guy that recently released him, this guy that bought Twitter, released him, and he's on Twitter, and now he's been arrested in Romania. Why? Because he was telling men how to man up, how to grow up, how to do things. He said that, look, men from age 20 to 35, men are struggling. From 20 to 25, men find it hard to make money. But 20 to 25, women mature. Okay, Omar Yaskono or somebody else said earlier on that women do not know what choices to make around that age, 20 to 25 or 20 to 30. But they know how to sleep with whatever men that they choose. They choose men. Women choose men around that age. If you're not good looking, if you don't have six-pack, you don't have the right muscles, they just tell you, look, man, I'm not interested.
Why sir, I have to interject you there. What I said was women between 18 and 25 don't know what they want yet. They're very naive, and that's a fact.
Oh, okay. So part of that means that they dismiss a lot of men who come their way. Am I correct?
It's part of the naivety that I'm talking about, because they don't know what they want. So they would, of course, they would dismiss a lot of men because their head is in the sand. Same with men too, right? So that's what.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sir,
not a problem. Yeah.
Hello, sir. You referenced to Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate was detained recently because of sexual allegations and exploitation. So that one is totally different from what we're saying. That's why he was arrested.
Okay. What I'm going to say to that is that there has not been any charges brought up against him. There's not been any proven facts against him. And the whole world of young men right now, in fact, 99.9% of young men between the ages of 18 to 35 believe that the Western world is trying to incriminate him because he's freeing the young generation of men right now. And he's telling them what to do. He's telling them not to go after women. He's telling them, look, don't go after. Okay, I don't agree with him 100%. To be honest, let me say this here, and also the things that Omoya said about women, I do agree with. You know, women dismiss men for those reasons. And the church was saying something regarding that. And the church said, look, when you're broke, the woman will tell you to fob off. They'll tell you to go away. They don't want to see your face. And now you're now 35 and you're not making money. And this woman, they now come flocking around you. You know, what do you do by then as a man? You worked hard. When you were 20 years old, they don't want to see your face. Now you've gone and you worked hard. You're 35 years old. Now you've made some good money. You're able to afford some kind of, you know, whatever amount of money that is able to give you a house, a car, and some security. And then this woman start flocking around you, you know. What do you do as a man? So it's a little bit confusing, and that is where I want to go into the area of being brought up. People being brought up by single parents, number one. Yeah, that will affect your growth because there was no father figure there. Those people are Andrew Tate's biggest fans because they need a father figure. You know, and they will tend to look at women like, oh my gosh, man, you guys have been ignoring me. Now I've made some money through Bitcoin and you're coming because I'm driving a BMW or I'm driving 2023 Range Rover. You know, what do you expect to go through these people's head? You know, and also people who grew up from orphanages. We need to think about these people who had no... They grew up with other kids, no father, no mother. They grew up from there, and now they are 18 years old, they are 19, they are 20. These are males, and we have females as well. We need to consider these people. How do we treat them? How do they... Because they have not seen Papa, Mama, Pekin, like Labour Party logo. They have not seen it all their lives. How do we treat them? You know? And then... we now have, amongst these people, we now have some of these young men who will be strayed away into certain areas of the internet, which I forbid to mention. But you know what I'm talking about. And they have high testosterone. They like to have sex. They don't want intimate relationships with any woman. They just want to go out there and pretend that they love a woman. And all they end up doing is having sex with her, break their heart, and running away. The same thing with women too. We blame both sexes. Nobody is free. No, we are both sexes, male and female, have questions to answer there. And then there is a more dangerous, sinister one that both parties do not even know. That now I'm going to refer to Nigerian culture, because some of us, whether we believe it or not, our great-grandparents made a pact with the devil. They were either worshiping somewhere, or doing something somewhere that has been transferring from one person to another throughout the generation. How is that going to be broken? Yeah,
I don't agree with you. That one is a spiritual something.
Well, let me finish. Let me finish.
My dear brother. Anyway, but I don't believe that is the case.
1 second. 1 second. Let me finish. 1 second. I will listen to you. 1 second. Yeah. I know that we all know the concept of Ogbanje spirit. Do you know that if you have sex with an Ogbanje girl, yeah, the spirit automatically has a right to torment your life for the rest of your life?
Yes, that's your belief, sir.
That is your own belief.
White people have Ogbanje more than your people. They have which more than your people.
Depend on your belief. Anyway,
according to tradition, those who want to marry Ogbanje, they also know how to follow Ogbanje, and they marry and they live. I'm talking about marriage.
Let him round up, sir, in 1 minute. Thank you.
Well, I'm a little bit surprised that statement upset a few people. I'm sorry.
No, not upsetting. We opposed it. It doesn't mean everybody can say anything. You know, it means that it's what you believe. Someone like me now might say, no, I don't believe on that. Somebody else might say they believe on it. That's what I'm saying. So we shouldn't think that everybody believe on that particular statement. That's what I'm saying. So nobody's upset about it.
Oh, okay. I'm happy to hear that nobody's upset about it. I'll round up in a couple of minutes by saying this. Yeah, I will advise all men: do not hit your wife, no matter what. It's better to, if your woman is upsetting you, jump in your car, run out of the house, go somewhere and cool down.
Yes.
Yeah. And our
advice, and go and have a bottle of beer.
Exactly. Exactly. I will advise all men to, and women especially, to respect and love your husband. And for men, make that money. Try and make that money. It is very important, because without money, you don't get respect from a woman. This is the pure truth. You need to make that money, no matter what. But don't do it wrongly. Don't steal. Don't do Yahoo. You know. And for these women who divorce and immediately they have a man already, they have already been planning it. They have already been cheating on the man from way back. That is why you see them, they divorce today.
Yes.
They divorce today and then next month they have a man. How come? How soon? Why so quick? They have it there. And then to sum it up, I will now say to Omoyo's Corner that because she read Ephesians 5, that we should submit to each other. But the Bible made it specific on verse 22. She quoted verse 21. But verse 22 said, look, wives. Verse 22 was talking to wives to actually submit to their husband.
Right. The reason why I quoted 21 was because somebody called in and quoted only 22. So when we're reading stuff, and not everybody's a Christian or Muslim or whatever, by the way, when you're quoting stuff, quote it completely. Don't leave it half-half.
Yeah, you're right. You're right there. And you went on top and quoted 21. And then 22 is now speaking to the wife. And then, 25 now warned the husband. You know? So the Bible is not partial. The Bible is impartial. He told the wife to submit. And then he now instructed the husband in 25 to love the wife. And I was asking myself, look, what is love? Because a lot of us are confused. We don't even know what love is. We just think that when we feel good, that is what love is. No, that is wrong. Emotion is a result of love. Love is not emotion. There are two different things. So if any man is here listening to me, or any woman is here listening to me, and you think that happy feeling that you feel on the inside is love, no, it is not love. I will tell you what love is.
Can you round up, sir?
This is what love is. Love is patience.
Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Just give me 30 seconds and I'll round up. Love is patience. Love is kindness. Love does not envy. Love does not boast. Love is not arrogant. Yeah. Love does not get its own way. That means you must win at all times. Yeah. Love does not rejoice when somebody has failed. Yeah.
Okay.
And love rejoices with the truth. Yeah. When you do all that with your partner, you will not have any problem at all with your marriage. With your marriage. With that, I submit.
Mr. Najam.
Thank you. No. Hold on. No, please. We have people here. No, sir, please. Hold on, sir. Hold on, please. We have people that is waiting for the past 3 hours that have not said anything.
No. I just want to ask him a question.
No, but if you ask him a question, how do you want him to answer it? Then we will.
I believe that question is very vital.
Go ahead. What's the question?
It says that men should make money. You know, but the way he said it, that it's compulsory. A man has to have money for the woman to respect a man.
Yeah, not everybody that can agree to that. Some can agree, some can disagree.
Of course, you need money, my brother, man.
For your wife to respect you.
How are you going to pay for your wedding if you don't have money? How are you going to buy a house?
Although I'm not in support of that, Sha, but it's okay. Everybody entitled to their opinion. Let's hear from somebody else.
If you want to break that down, please let not take it out of contention. And it is true. As the head of the house, man must take care of his family. And the only way you take care of your family is by your hard work. It may be your hard work, not much. Man must take care of his family. So go and make money.
Lefty, you never marry. This kind of topic, so we have man go take care of your family. You not really get what you want to talk for that one. Go marry first. Go marry first.
You know how many marriage where they cancel?
You they cancel marriage, you never marry. Maybe you go marry first now.
Native doctors don't they ever solve your own problem.
I don't understand.
Alex, who call you for this matter? You don't marry.
Una not fit disqualify him now because he never married. He probably has more experience and understanding than a lot of married people.
Me personally.
This one where they depend on so. One lefties. Let us know.
Mr. Alex, take it easy now.
My friend.
Must you come and defend him?
My friend. My friend. How many times I call you?
Quiet. I don't talk again.
Yes.
My friend. Okay.
Alex, this will not be yesterday when they do local magio.
All right. We have, like I said, once everybody don't talk, it go fair because we don't to cajole these places. Let's move on now to Mr. Insibidi, who have been so patient with us here. Good evening to you, Mr. Insibidi. Please talk on this.
But before Mr. ICBD, we had a super chat we never acknowledge. I've left it for a very long time.
Yes, we go. I
from
guess
Jaja. It was from Jaja.
Was it Jaja?
Yes.
Oh, Mr. Jaja, thank you so much for the wonderful super chat right there. No verse, you know, see this topic and the thing don't carry everybody wrong, not be small thing, you know. So let's move up, guys. Please make una share. You see, we never remember to tell them on share or like since because the topic we don't get carried away. Okay, make a talk and make una help us share, make una like, I beg. And God bless you now. Okay, Mr. CBD, please talk to us, sir.
Yes, greetings, Mr. Ninja Watch. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you. So this topic of is a very important topic and very sensitive also. But if you ask me, I think what we are trying to do is to try and we are concerned about what is happening with marriages and all that. And if you ask me, I don't think there's any saving that can be done. We are trying to save marriages and save our people, because it has gone beyond that. We can save a few people by, giving some people information that probably they don't know. But on a larger scale, on a major scale, I don't think there's any going back. It will just it's just a continuous degeneracy on a larger scale, because until, for those who believe the Bible, or who are Christians, until the book of Isaiah chapter 4 verse 1 comes to pass. I don't know, I won't say the scripture to avoid the all right, so what I'm going to say is this. The problem with some of these marriages is that people get into, whether it's marriage or relationship, sometimes, especially in this present, in the world we are living in right now, especially for financial gains and, economic reasons. And also some people go into it for emotional dependency. And there's a huge difference between someone who is looking for someone to be emotionally dependent on and someone that truly loves someone. The difference is that if someone is emotionally dependent on someone, and the other person that he or she is in a relationship with says, you see, I'm no longer interested, I want to go my way, I want to go something, I don't want this anymore. The one who is emotionally dependent can even threaten to take his or her own life because of that. But the one who loves that person in a healthy way will be like, okay, I care enough to let you go. because I like you, your happiness should be my happiness. So you want to go. But the other one will fight tooth and nail, thinking that it's all about fighting. Oh, there's a situation here whereby you might want to, you don't give up on things, but at some point you have to be able to know the limits, know where the line is drawn, to be able to know if it's healthy for you to continue or if you should allow that person go. So that's just one of the problem. And our sister was talking, this thing about feminism on its own is a good thing. The liberal feminism, I'm sure some of us know that there are types of feminism. There's liberal, there's I think is it Marxist, there's radical feminism, there's eco-feminism, I think cultural feminism and all, and so on and so forth. But the liberal feminism is something that I don't see anything wrong with. The major problem that some people, or the one that some people might find a bit, or some people might be hostile towards, is the radical feminism, whereby you find some ladies who, not representing all the ladies, but those ones you could even, they actually hate men because it has, and there are some of them like that, and that's just why some people, those are the ones that kind of make people feel a certain way about the thing feminism. But if you go through with the liberal feminism, is a good thing, because everybody should want a world where their daughters, their sisters, their wives, their mothers should be able to be respected for what they can contribute and for the value they have, than just some rules and regulations that is probably not necessary. So it's a very deep thing. I wouldn't want to go too much into it because of time, but I think what I would just say is that some of our people, especially in Africa, we are a bit late to some of these things, because in the West, they have been through all this phase. They're still in it, but most or many people have already been through it. And there was a time that everybody was talking about they don't care if they, some people actually, some ladies, because of that feeling like fighting back, really want to even be like men or something. And now there's now a new trend whereby they'll tell you that they are embracing their femininity. That's not feminism. Femininity is different from feminism. Femininity is when someone embraces their female nature, So, but our people, some of us, we are still in the days of we must all fight, and it's not like that. Like what I think is it Madam Rita or Omoy? I'm not sure. That said that the whole thing is about treating each other well, and at the end of the day, I will always look at the man as the major, the first person to be held accountable. I'm not the one who started it. If you believe the Bible, or if you're a Christian, you know that even God held Adam responsible. Because if you believe that you have been given some kind of spiritual or supernatural authority over the woman, then you should be able to know that when things are going wrong, you are the one that has probably misstepped somewhere. So you don't now start looking for how to blame your wife, because that's what you believe. But if you believe that the wife is both of you are the same, that everything is 50-50, then at the same time you cannot eat your cake and have it. You cannot also now start saying that the woman should submit to you and do some things under you, because so it's either you believe that you're on top and take the responsibility as someone that is on top, or you accept that the woman is equal to you. So it's just a whole lot of things. But like I said, if you've been to some countries over the world, you understand that our society in West Africa, Nigeria, is still much, West Africa as a whole, but particularly Nigeria and maybe a few other countries in Africa, our society is still a bit guarded to an extent, and it's something that we really need to embrace. Even if you've been to, I won't mention the names, but been to a few African countries like in the East, maybe the non-conservative Eastern African countries, and probably like in the southern part, you you will see lifestyle, you will be shocked. You know, we are still talking about men cheating. I'm telling you, this society, these other societies has gone far beyond that. It's like almost on a 50-50 or even a little bit higher for the women, because don't forget that a woman doesn't really need to go and approach a man. Just by appearing somewhere, she can be approached by 5, 6 men, or, at a go. So if it's a woman that is not controlling herself, that doesn't have that, that, you imagine what she will be doing. So we really need to understand that we have to, number one, look after our women. I will say that before you start looking at what they are not doing right, you must make sure that you look at, because if you're not protecting your women, what exactly is your purpose, in the society? Because that's number one thing as a man. There are some countries when you go, like some people feel a certain way of, I'm not also trying to justify whatever, but there's also some things to admire from like these conservative Islamic countries. For example, Saudi Arabia. When you're talking about, some people will tell you, oh, women are, and all that, maybe they are not giving the kind of freedom that they should have. I'm not going to say it's wrong or right. It's not for me to say right now. But in that same country, do you know that I don't know if I should say the word, the R crime is, the penalty is capital punishment. In that same country where you feel like women are being oppressed, in that same country, if you mistreat a woman, or maybe you kind of try to abuse her, that person might lose their life, especially when you're coming from outside. So you must understand that you can't even touch their women unless everything is done properly. So according to their laws and their custom. So we must understand that the first place to start is by protecting, or making sure that you protect your women to a certain extent. When you leave them to fend for themselves in everything, you can't really judge the way they live their life, because you're not doing anything. Like if you go online now, you find out that many of our ladies, our young ladies, are doing what's it called? Is that this thing they will show or send their nudes and somebody pays them? All those kind of. That's how they are surviving. Sometimes you might jump up and start condemning these ladies, but it's still men that goes there, look at them, tell them to send, and they send money. That's why when we are talking about that story of that young lady that they said she killed someone, the 21-year-old lady with the 40-something-year-old man. And one thing I said, I think we were discussing that on one of Emma's morning sessions. And we said, for me, I had a different take. I said, okay, yes, nobody supports that. She has to pay for a crime, because you can't, there's no reason why you take a man's life. But sometimes when you see a young lady who is still trying to figure out things in the world, you might be saying, oh, women get matured faster. Who told you? Because if you yourself as a man that knows some of the things that you did and the way you were raised on at the age of 21, 22, what makes you feel like a woman reasons 10 years ahead of you at that age? So you must understand that sometimes don't try to wife or to take advantage, whatever you want to do with someone that actually needs help. It doesn't matter how they look. You have to look at where they are mentally, how they, in their life, how they are still reasoning and everything. So instead of you now, maybe that lady comes from a very poor home. Maybe the only reason why she's even sitting down talking to you is because she needs money, maybe to take to her mother or her brother or something. And you're there trying to transact some, sexual thing with her.
Okay, thank you, sir. Please try and round up in 1 minute.
So my point is that as much as we are, I wouldn't advise some of our ladies to, go into this mode of, not just our ladies, our young people, everybody. But at the same time, we must also be able to address things from the root cause and from the beginning, and understand that as a man, you are still much more held responsible for all these things than the lady, to be honest with you. Yeah, so I won't say much. Let me just stop there for now. Thank you.
Thank you very much, SCBD. The last person we have here that need to talk to us before we can ask ourselves questions is Mr. Peter Okundaye. Good evening to you, sir. Please.
I just have to talk.
No. You don't fight talk for phone. Please hold on.
No, now that's cheating now.
No,
I have to appeal it now. You give me 2 minutes at least. 2 minutes, please.
We'll come back to you. All right, Mr. Peter Okundaye, talk to us.
Okay. Good evening, Mr. Naija Wash.
Good evening, sir.
Listener, panelists, listener, commenters, the whole worldwide.
We can't hear you, sir. We can't hear you.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, we can hear you now. Go ahead.
Thank you. I greet everyone. In the house. So, what I want to talk about in this, the horizons of marriage, the periphery, the EBD and EBGD of this marriage is that I blame all these things on government. Those who were leading people, whether in the church, because two things that happen to these things, because when we are saying Nigeria, we did not just talk of the part in Nigeria. It's not just all Nigeria. It is the southern parts, not the northern part. So when we are saying Nigeria, we should be able to describe it well. That the southern people...
Please, the problem is also high in the north. Go and find out your statistic. It's a serious problem.
Diverse of these things in the south. We did not marry more than one wife. They marry 4. So if one out of it is not divorced yet, Nigeria, our side marry only 1 or 2 and become problem. Like Iniedo was 1, the other brother was 1. Our whatever they call them, they are one wife. Peter, our brother Peter or P Square, one of them. It is 1 wife. It is not 2 or 3. Neither the other one said is not able to reach me anymore. But let me talk on these issues. From the day they accept the white man marriage, a white man religion, was the day they accept everything that go with them. Because in the white man world, if they want to marry 2, they will marry 1 and divorce and go and marry another one. That one will now start taking care of the children. So it's the same thing you are experiencing along with the religion they brought for us. So that is why people that are practicing it are the people who accept this so Christianity. They use Bible to cover face. And they are, after the Bible, they are something else. Our brother who said our father something else like this. The same Bible is from wood. The Bible was made from wood. So there's this, anybody that believe on Bible God, believe on wooden God that our father were practicing. Then, and our father were able to use those wood to guard their children, whether the man or the woman, not to go beyond boundaries. But when the white man bring the God from the wood in the name of book called Bible, they could not put any laws for us to follow. And our people now see it as opportunity or yardstick that said, do anything you like, God will forgive you. So that is the same thing we are saying today. But let me say this, it is not from this moment that divorce started. Before the white man came to our land, before this Christianity that not convinced us to one wife, there was divorce already, but it was not the women that were divorcing their men. It was their men that were divorcing the women. That is why you will see that the woman will say, I will not go and die in my husband's house. He will not return back to his father's house and take care of his children or her children in their father's house. So divorce has been there, but it was not as this modern way. So let us not just say it is done this modern that caused divorce. That from time, even that time that our people practice what we call traditions, which is our African traditions or religions. So they were divorced, but it did not permit the woman to go to another man. So that was only the key, and that was what put fear to the young ones that is coming, that I will make sure I make my house to work, so that I will not be among like what the mistake that happened to my mother or the mistake that happened to my father. I will not allow it. There was self-dignity, not as shame. What we have today, there is no shame. So no self-dignity. That is why everything we see divorce. First in all, these people that we said they divorce, we call them social media influencers. What is their dignity? A talkative went and married, and everybody clap for him. My people said, if you see woman in party, you marry. Not that a woman will still go out of your hand in party, because he's looking for the best. He has not. You are not the best. So the day we see the best over you, we still go along with it. So that is it. On the other hand, they call them Okbolo. So their eyes is so open. So until we begin to apply self-dignity in our life, which need to come from the leaders, whether it's from the home, from the church, from the government, self-dignity, if that one did not come, all these things is going to increase more. So by the time we have self-dignity, we will have a good marriage. And let me put the real truth why people are getting divorced in marriage. Nobody married the kind of woman they're supposed to marry, and no woman married the kind of man they're supposed to marry. Such marriage will divorce. Whether they spend 50 years, 80 years, they will still divorce. The day the woman, the thing he lack in that marriage, or the man lack in that marriage, the day that thing left that marriage, the marriage is over. Who are ever sit down and ask the partner, what did you really like in me that you want to marry to? Because so that you will be able to make sure that the marriage did not break. Because if he married you because you have big breasts, the day we see other, when your breasts fall down, we'll be looking for the one that have big breasts. If he married you because you know how to do vaga, the day you are not able to do vaga, he's looking for the one that is able to do vaga. And all these are the things that cause.
Please, what is Dudu Vaga, please?
You have to know. I'll give you dictionary.
So all these things are the cause of marriage, breaking everything. Now they said, some people said the man cheat. My brother and my sister, it's difficult to find a man who doesn't have eyes on another woman, because everything she's looking for, the man is looking for, did not really complete in your body. You might have big breasts, you might have the big back, your character will not complete. So it will no longer be looking for that character, it will not be looking for the one that have that character. By the time you find that one that have that character, maybe the leg of that person did not complete. They will not be looking for the one that have that leg, which is not in you, is not in the other person. So that is it. That is why you see men, they say he cheat. It is difficult for a man, for any man to say he want to stay with a woman, except they understand themselves. They are able to put their things in the table and say, this is what I'm lacking. This is what you need to have. This is what, then that is only what can make marriage work. So our fathers married that time were because of self-dignity. Let us reverse self-dignity into our life so that we can have a peaceful marriage. Because like P-Square was public figure. Anybody that married to a musician in our adult dialect, they said, whoever that is going after a man that is public figure, we know that he's just there for a part-time, because another person is still going to look for the person. So that is why check all these people, you people, and say they cheat, they have marriage and divorce and this, because they are public figure. So all women want to taste public figure. So by the time you taste, another one will come to taste. You that involved in public figure.
Mr. Peter Akundaye, we are not particularly focusing on public figures. The rate of divorces in Nigeria right now is even, if you have to compare to the celebrities, is about 90% to 10%. So we are talking about the general public, Nigerians in the Nigerian community. Divorcing is just going on everywhere. Why? It's not about celebrity. I mean, the percentage, the statistic of the percent of this celebrity is very, very minimal. It's everywhere. It's just that I don't want us to focus in abroad today. It's also happening in abroad. Many women don't want to stay with their husband anymore in abroad for a reason I don't know. In the UK now, many they are not staying. Some of them are not doing it because of benefits. Some of them are not doing it because of one thing or the other. Why men? If we have to talk about cheating abroad, I don't think. Anyway, I cannot really generalize. But for me, in abroad, for inside this school, how am I till they come off from one place, go another, go they cheat everywhere? Is that possible? I don't know. When you talk about men cheat in Nigeria, yes, it's possible, but in abroad, to be honest, for you to have two girlfriend or two wife for abroad, my brother, you don't finish, you are finished. In fact, you don't die in advance. You know,
It's possible. It's possible, sir.
It's possible
to have. Yeah. Now, okay, like me now, I went to work. On my way coming at Branch Road, my wife, if I have really wife, he asked me question, I might give her one excuse or another why I did not come
but
work
that's
on
what I'm
time.
saying, sir. How do you manage it? You must be very rich to be cheating here or in abroad. It's expensive.
No,
or you don't buy coffee, buy anything for that woman you are cheating with, or your second wife.
Mr. Ivis, this question where they ask Peter Okuda, and a very big question. Sometimes not being they spend the money, now the woman they spend the money.
Oh,
because the woman
yes,
want
that
her.
one are true. Now
Because
the
the
woman
way
want her. That one are
now
true.
they want her. Now the socialization. He just make one example. Say, only jita. We will break on that our local. Now they happen locally. So we will don't give room for freedom, no protection, no dignity. We can do whatever we like. Any small thing will not they endure again for life. We don't look outside just now waiting. Anything can happen because we feel get anything we want and get away with it. You cannot eat your cake and have it.
Okay.
One word where you talk, we will break them down. Now they happen today for Lagos. Let's use one word. He says starting from children of 19.
Okay, they don't hold leftists. Leftists will not hear you again.
Okay, round up. Let me round up.
Round up, sir. Round up in 1 minute, please.
I said, what we are seeing now, all these things I blame the leaders, whether parents, whoever that lead ahead of us, cause all these things. Because when they remove self-dignity, will not be. By the time you send your daughter to Europe, you go and bring money, or you begin to use her to imitate Angelina's daughter. Look at the way they are feeding their family. All these things become open. So nobody have right to caution other person again. So everybody's liberty become what we are experiencing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Peter Kundai. Everybody have contributed. Alex, let's give you 2 minutes to talk on this again.
Okay, thank you, Najawash. Yes, I still blame it on leadership because number one, countries that we are imitating are providing for their citizens. In the case of
you are going to politics now, please.
No. It's not politics. It's not politics. Okay, let me come back home. Since you don't want me to hit the problem at the roots. Anyways, okay. Let me come back home like this then. Our girls these days, we should be careful with social media. And our film industry, movie industries, they should also do better because, for example, Mercy Johnson can't be insulting a man on a movie, on a set, and it will go viral on TikTok and everywhere. And she's busy kneeling down for her husband in Uromi. But our guests don't know that. They just copy it and start playing it out in the real life with their spouses. The lady that did it just did it as a professional, and she got her money and she went away. I'm just using her as an example. So our movie industries also they have to come up with other topics that we talk about mutual respect. It's not only men that abuse women. So I know women that we almost on a daily basis, we go and rescue their men from them. Some women are very aggressive too. They beat their men. Some of them were former boxers. You know, they were gymnastics people. So for me, social media has done a lot of damages. In as much as it has done a lot of good too. So we should be careful with the things we are picking from social media, especially our younger people that the government chase their family members their parents into diaspora, they didn't get the proper upbringing. So right now, what now guys them is things they get from the movie industries and the social media. That's it. Thank you.
All right, thank you. For the first time since we would open this Nigeria was for the first time now I'll skip to time for the first time ever.
Yeah.
because say that marriage matter and when Peter Okuda speak one English, it isn't only sabi speak English, he not gonna do anything again.
Oh, that guy make me laugh. Oh, that my guy, he make me laugh.
All right.
He said, "BDD."
All right, my people, I want to appreciate every one of you. You know, Iris Finest in the building. You know, quick comment. All the videos that we played earlier on, you know, you supposed to see them. You know, so very important videos. Although, I'm not gonna support any man that is cheating for fun. You just cheat. You think you enjoy your life. You're putting a woman out there that is passing through lots of pains. I'm not going to encourage any man or support any man that is beating his wife like a punch back. And I'm not going to encourage any man that is in any kind of aggression. You know, look at what happened to the first video we played earlier on, or the second video, the girl that was murdered by a man. So please, the reason why we are talking about these things is because none of us know better. We are learning from each other. If you know there's something you are doing right now, because you are not a perfect person, nobody is perfect, we must learn now. You know, also listen, I saw a comment today from Ephrata Catfish, and I'm here can also added to that message, and Mother Rita as well. You know, you can go out there and get sickness. You can't carry, can't give innocent woman with their house. You know, say you dey enjoy yourself. It's very, very wrong. You know, remember, one thing we must understand is that all this suffering and struggle, the day doctor tell you, say you get that sickness that is uncurable in your body, for your body, now that day all left for to die. All those ones that they tell you, say, no, people are living with this, that, they are fine. The other one is living with the other, that they are fine. My people, forget that, you know. The day where your mind think, go there, you are finished. It's just the fact. Whenever you want to do anything, you just say, oh, what's the need? What's the need? You want to go here, what's the need? What's the need? So for me, remember, yeah, it's fun when you're doing it. I'm not perfect. I'm not here preaching perfection, but you have to be careful. Everybody have their downside, you know. And for women,
for the woman to have enough resources to concentrate to bring up the children. You understand me now? So that you don't just, when you leave the woman, what will the woman turn to? She turned to prostitution immediately. That would be the first thing that will come to her heart. Are you not saying that people started hooking up? They have kids that have to eat 2 or 3 times a day. So the government need to look at a way where the man should know, I have a responsibility. I'm attached to these children. Instead of just dumping them and their woman. And most of this free money they pay to children, they introduce this money solely because of this problem. You go and find the history behind why they started paying this money. You understand me? So they introduce this thing just because of this problem. They know that this problem is already there.
To be honest, I disagree with the stand of the Western government when it comes to separation from couples. Because the Western government does not encourage marriages. They don't encourage marriages. When you leave your wife or for any reason, they don't encourage you to keep good relationship with your children. They don't.
Okay. We are no, they agree. See, they allow you. I am talking about a problem, and I'm talking about solution here. The problem is already in our
solution. The government are not helping. That's what I'm saying. Both
no, listen. When we put, if it's a country where people know a disaster is coming, and that's why I refer to a country just now. See where the problem will start from. You today talking about marriage because your parents married. You have that marital orientation in your brain. You see it as part of your culture. When the next generation grow, they lose confidence over the women. That is when you see a different problem. You go to a country where women is having 5 children, 5 men. Once they are pregnant.
Midwest people, to be honest, in the UK, I grew up here. So almost all my life here. So United, hold on, sir. United Kingdom government prefer make una just scatter, pata. They are not interested.
See,
get out. In fact,
see,
the house where you suffer buy, where you build for many years ago, when you now scatter, they will take your house and give it to your ex-wife. You will be on the street. Cole will finish you. So more no you go there. Another day we'll discuss this one. More no you go there. They are not part of it. The only way to bring up children in the right way depend on the parents, the father and the mother, not the government.
Naija Wash, you said the voice is rampant and it's happening. What is the future of the children in your country, Nigeria, when there is no proper law how to support the development of this child? This is the area I'm talking to, please, so that you get what I'm trying to point to. You understand me? That is why the government has to come in.
You are right.
So
you are right when it comes to that, but you must know it's not all father that is useless. Some men, they divorce their wife, or their wife divorced them. They still want to be part of the life. They still want to be with their children, to be in their life. But in the UK, government will support the woman to make sure, say, they ban you forever till eternity out of the life of these children. It's wrong. They don't. When it comes to government, when you're talking about government, especially UK, they make me the verse, because I don't see many men in pains. Look at the other video that I played the other time. A man of 70 years was crying inside the cold that the house he bought 40 years ago have been taken away from him, and they gave it to his ex-wife. And this wife was cheating. Whenever she finished from work, she go to another man's house. She finished from work, she go to another man's house. The same woman was the woman that divorced him, not even the man. At the end, UK government judge rubbish. They give him house where he bought 40 years ago. Now another door will come.
Naija also, look at it this way now. As this thing is rampant, do you think next generation of men will fall victim of that? White people then say, why do you think they rejected their marriage? And at the end, they start changing law. Go to Holland, come to Sweden. Who go for marriage? They go for living together, and they sign so many documents there to define what the future holds for them. So we are talking about, what about the children? Like here in UK, they are supporting children that found themselves in this situation. In Nigeria now, they don't care about the children that are victims of this decision of two partners.
No. When we have to talk about Nigerian government, they don't care about anybody. Victim or no victim.
Now, when you look at the future, it's a disaster for the continent as a whole. So this is the aspect what I'm trying to say.
On that, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I thought you were generalizing all governments. When you talk about, if you also check it, sir. If you also
not European yeah.
Okay, let me quickly put this. If you check it, Nigerian government are better than abroad government when it comes to leaving your husband. Make woman go police station, go report her husband. The 5 questions where police go fair ask you. Say, okay, you say you want to leave your husband now, because you don't get one man for corner. There's a way that look at upbringing in Nigeria. Do you think parents bring up their children alone in Nigeria? Your neighbor, everybody join you to bring up your children in Nigeria, right?
That was when the neighbor was good and the society was good. Now the neighbor is bad, the society is bad. That's why the children they're having, like that guy said, 90. The society was bad.
You don't even trust anybody around your children.
So anyway, the society have psychologically it has affected
this one next time.
It has affected it. For me, let me quickly throw this one in. If the government is not seeing it and nobody is trying to address it, people who have power, then we are just seeing a tsunami, because it's not going to be good for the country and it's not going to be good for the continent. And my advice is this: all these women who continue to strive, like when you say respect, they look for another way to counter it. My dear, marriage without respect, it doesn't work. Except a man that is not disciplined. I don't know. When a man is a man of principle, you marry that kind of person. Be ready to respect them. If you don't respect it, will not work. Have that one in your mind, because the respect is what is going to bring that love, and that your own respect is going to trigger more respect for you. It will carry love, it will carry respect, and the man will offer it to you again. And again, the children growing up will have a structure. Thank you very much. That's what I believe.
Thank you so much. Let's move on to the next part, because this topic that me and my brother was talking about right now, we need to talk about it next time, because it's a big problem. The reason why I use the word they are better is that in Africa, you can't just people. If we have to talk about you see now we focus on Nigeria today for this divorce of a thing. If we wanted to talk about it holistically, for there for look 4 hours now we talk only one session now. You understand? For abroad, divorcee for abroad, we made a divorce for fun for abroad. Fun. Either they want to divorce you because of money, they want to divorce you because of your house with lots of food, they want to divorce you because of the benefit they'll be collecting from the government. They want to go to America now. Don't worry, we'll come back to that. We have evidence we'll bring here. Look at how men are how they think they use God to kill their own wife just because he collect everything from them. So we don't want to go there. When it comes to government for abroad, for that area, they too fail and they are still failing. Let's move on to the next person. Omo, yes, Connor, please talk to us in 2 minutes. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. So let me just quickly address Mr. What's his name? The guy who spoke prior to me. I can't remember. Mr. Midwest, I think.
Midwest people.
Yeah, Midwest people. So when he said that when you're talking about respect, that some women want to explain it away in a different way. There's no real woman that would not respect her husband, number one. But the man, if he's a man of principle, I tell you for free, the woman will respect them. So nobody's explaining away anything that has to do with respect for the man. I grew up in a home with 2 parents, and I saw how they grew the family. So, to each their own. Now, to resolve this issue of divorce between couples, I believe that people should learn to, first of all, understand what they want and what their needs are. Because if you don't understand yourself, it's difficult to bring someone in to be dealing with your mess. Sometimes people don't understand what it means to partner with someone, to come together and grow a family. Some people don't understand it. Why? Because either they didn't have any parents growing up, like what we alluded to earlier. Some parents, maybe they divorced or they lost their parents, or for whatever reason, they abandoned their children for grandmothers to raise or aunts or whatever. And these children literally raise themselves and have no idea what it means to be in the same house with a man growing a family. So there's that many aspects. So understand yourself, so that when you're bringing somebody in, and be honest with yourself. You can marry as many people as you want, but are you true to yourself? Don't impose it on someone else who does not want what you want. So let's respect each other, because respect is reciprocal. And the concept of friendship is also very important, because there's a lot of the truth is there's a lot of mismatches. A lot of people marry for money, for name, for fame, for influence, or what I can gain. Selfish reasons. People don't understand. They cannot think beyond, oh, he has money, oh, he lives in this big house. The same way with a man. So if you learn to respect each other and communicate, and to piggy off of what Mr. Victor said earlier, abstain from sex. It is the truth, because once you engage in those acts, prior to you deciding whether you want to be a family or not, whether you're even a Christian or a Muslim or whatever religion you believe in, that aspect is very spiritual. I'm not even talking about religion here, because once you get yourself entrapped in that particular act, your emotions take over as a woman. You're not thinking clearly anymore. So we need to focus on engaging each other, communicating. Is this person the kind of person I can live with? Is this the kind of person that I can talk to, that we can grow and build our family together? Can we have healthy children? Even when we disagree, are we able to still be able to communicate and move forward and not tear each other apart? What I see in society is that a lot of people are mismatched. A lot of people married for the wrong reason. So if we go back to the drawing board, not romanticizing the olden days, but go back to the drawing board, knowing what you know from your parents, your grandparents, bringing it to the fore and talking to this person and say, this is my understanding. What's your understanding? Okay, let's build something together. I think we'll begin to see some semblance of resolution or reduction in divorce rates. Men and women take advantage of each other. That's a fact. But where do we draw the line?
Randall.
Where do we draw the line? Where we draw the line is, let's learn to see each other first as human beings worthy of being treated correctly. Thank you.
And respect each other's. Good. Thank you. For me, I support that 100% though. Yeah, when you have too much of ego, it will be difficult for you to build a home. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. Let's move on to the next person sharply. To Naja, please use your 2 minutes. Okay, to Naja, if you're not available, anybody I call, we don't have time. Mr. Victor, please talk to us at 2 minutes. Okay,
Hello,
Mr. Victor is
can
not
you hear me?
available. Okay, I can hear you, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah. I want to thank Omoye's Corner because this is very important, especially for our young people. Yeah, I am 46 years old at the moment. I will be 47 in March. Yeah, so I can say what I've experienced over the past 20 years without any fear or favor. Yeah, I've seen all these things going on. I've seen marriages and I've seen things happen. And one of the biggest shocks to my life was Chris Yakilome's wife divorcing him in London while the guy was in Nigeria. Yeah, so divorce does not come with certain criteria. These people have money, you know. They're wealthy. They are multi-millionaires in dollars or pounds or whatever you put it. So what cost it? You know, they will never go through. They will never experience. I mean, they will never explain to the general public what actually happened. But for me, what I noticed once I realized their relationship was because the man was 6,000 miles away and the woman was getting bored. So there is money, there is no problem. Okay, I said earlier on that men should have money. But okay, now money is there, but now there is distance. So what I can advise men is try to spend time with your woman. I beg.
Okay.
You know, we know you're not cheating on your wife. We know you have money, but the women, they need that extra time. I don't know. It's a woman thing, you know. And also for the woman, stop nagging. Don't nag on your husband. Men don't like nagging. You quarrel from January to December. The man, even it's written somewhere in the Bible that the man is better for the man to even stay on the roof of the house, on top of the zinc, than to stay inside the house with a nagging woman. And also, I will recap by saying, marry your friend. That woman that you want to marry, I beg, may she be your best friend.
Thank you.
First.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
So I submit.
Thank you, Mr. Victor. Thank you for your submission. Mr. ECBD, please talk to us at your 2 minutes.
Yes, thank you so much once again. Well, I think I will just end by saying this, the marriage of a thing, I think should learn to, especially for some of our ladies, dealing with some of these things that causes divorce, because I think some of us actually diverted from the main angle of the topic, which is addressing why people are getting divorced. But I think you should be able to see when conflicts arise, you should be able to calculate the situation and know if it's something that can be resolved, and if it's something that cannot be resolved, or if violence is involved. In fact, violence, nobody should tolerate it for 1 minute, because even in Brazil, I think there's a law that they brought that if a woman has evidence, or if maybe it's on record or something, she can actually take the life of the man, and she will not even spend 1 hour in you know, answering questions from the police. But you understand? So violence should not be tolerated at all. When things are not working out, be as a man, don't be, you know, sometimes I see some of these men, I don't understand. I've seen men behaving like their life is going to be over because of, so sometimes we just allow this you know, things to go away or something like that. Don't, even women that might go all the way, please, life is important, your life is precious, especially when you have children, your family, your kids, they need you alive. So life continues. And if you're a Christian, don't forget there's no marriage in heaven. So I don't know why somebody want to die on top of the thing. If it's not working, just look for a way to go and you know, continue your life. You know, that's just all I can say, because we can't really tell people how to stay in something that they are
In
the
their
ones.
marriage. Exactly. So, Mr. SCVD, I've said it all.
Can I
Please.
can I just add something, please?
Yes, you have 2 minutes. Go ahead.
All right. I think generally the ability to stay in marriages is not. I think there's another aspect that has not been added to this in terms of loyalty. Because sometimes you may not actually respect the person, but you have to remain because you understand the consequences of breaking up the marriage home, and you remain loyal to that because clearly the effects that breaking up a home has on the children is quite negative. It's clear that they said the young men tend to idle away, and chance of dropping out of school or not even attending college increases with the breakup of this in marriage. Not to mention all the other following effects from all that and knock-on effects from that. So it's clear that the marriage has a value because of they say something about the social aspect of it, whereby a man and a woman comes together, and because it's extra, it's better than one is better than two from that point of view, because the man supports and the woman supports and both sides balance the child out. So but when the marriage is broken, you tend to have a situation whereby one of that is lost, and then the child will not necessarily develop fully to their best ability. Even if it's just a study that shows that it's not general. Obviously, there are children that still do very well when they are in single parent homes, maybe even better. But generally, it is clear that there is a reduction in the achievements
Okay.
of children from single parent homes. And that is something that requires an extra level of commitment, because according to one lady, the lady actually describes having children as a weapon in this world. And we see it almost as if it's a burden in the case of Nigeria, because it's how you manifest yourself into the world and control the environment around you. And if you don't protect those children, sometimes it requires extra sacrifice. We sacrifice for everything else for us of our head. What is there not to sacrifice for children? It's the same thing. Suffering in this world comes by itself. You just have to pick the one that's for a purpose that meets a greater good, because the greater good is for children to grow up in a home that is relatively balanced. Sometimes maybe the parents may not get on, like in love, because you can be in love today, tomorrow you can fall out of love. You can respect somebody today, tomorrow you might not respect the person. So should you just break up the home for that? It's not. People have to
It's not
see
right.
beyond just their individual feelings, because there are
Mm-hmm.
bigger things at stake here. So thank you for that.
You are right. You are with Mr. John, you have to divorce. You go to Peter, Peter do the same thing, you will divorce. You go to Kingsley, you do the same thing, you will divorce. Okay, we'll move on. The next person that needs to talk to us right now, please hold on. Mr. CBD, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, just very briefly, once like 15 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to ask, I know as much as I agree with, what Tunanja is saying, except in the situation whereby violence is involved. And I would like Tunanja to also tell me what he thinks about, when it seems like it's so toxic and so unsafe, and there's some kind of physical altercations involved.
if there is physical altercation that could result in loss of life, clearly the woman cannot be around there. The woman have to remain separate from the man during the period where the man should seek help. If the man does not seek help, then the woman has to separate permanently, which is unfortunate. And this is part of the reasons why even before the marriage, you have to have. This is why our forefathers, what they did was family and family. There has to be a structure in place to support the family, to make sure that they take care of. They make sure their sons, the ones that have the son, they make sure they control their son, to make sure their son behaves himself even before marriage and during marriage and after. And there's a difference between after the children are grown up and before the children have grown up, because the way you treat the situation is different then.
Yeah, I agree.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, both of you. All right. Alex, please use your 2 minutes now.
Yeah, thank you. For me, I just feel that our people should be careful with what they watch on the movies and what they see on social media. Most of these movie actors and actresses are just actors and actresses. They are just making money. And they are not really, it's just a script. We should copy things and start doing it in reality. Destroying our relationship, becoming rude to our spouses, speaking too many English. We should remember we have a culture. We speak about the Middle Eastern people, Arab people. Yes, hate them or love them, but their marriages seems to work. Even the Northern Nigerians, most of them, not like everything, but at least they respect their culture in spite of the so-called social media Western life. So our women should take it easy on social media intake, and our men should also take it easy on bullying women. Try and be a man, provide for your family, protect your family. But let me stand a warning to women. No man likes a woman that is abusive, a woman that cannot shut up when is needed, a woman that must say everything that she has in mind. No, that's not expressing yourself. Insulting your husband, blue, black, at the slightest opportunity. That is not being a...
Sorry, let me just say that is called a nagging woman. Carry on.
So insulting your husband at every slightest opportunity, that is not being a feminist or being a modern girl or being... No. There are things, there are ways you go about it. You are the queen of the house. The man is the king of the house. There are ways you use the correcting kings. There are ways you cannot hide it. Social media cannot change it. The man is the boss of the house. Even if you are the one paying the bills. At some point, there are some places you want to do certain things. They will tell you, where is your husband? Many people don't even give houses to women these days in some parts of the world. They want to see your elder brother or your husband. So we cannot wish that away. So in other words, I'm not postulating that they should be equal, but the woman should know her place, and the man should also learn to be a bit to temper justice with mercy. So thank you.
Thank you, my brother. Mr. Peter Okondai, use your 2 minutes now, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much. And with the horizon of the marriage, let me go to the spherical, because marriage is supposed to be turned around my hand and your hand. But what we are experiencing that we call divorce, well, I don't blame those who divorce because they did not marry and the man did not marry.
We can't hear you.
Hello.
Okay,
hello?
Now we can hear you again now.
I said, well, with the horizon of marriage, which is circle, which is the line, the problem we have is that the women did not marry the right men, and the men did not marry the right men. Because before, when they want to marry, then go to family background. You must know the family. They are able to describe their characters and how marriage works. But now it's no longer like that. When you just
your voice go on and off. So
okay. Thank you. If you are not hearing me, but are we still hearing me?
Yeah, we are hearing you again now. Please just round up before it goes off again.
Okay. I said my advice. I advise the government to put law that what will make marriage not to be break into this way. If they put law to guide marriage, If it is the woman that is 40, then he will lose from that marriage. If it is man at 40, he will lose from this marriage. You will see that everybody will like to arrange themselves properly not to lose from the marriage. Because by the time you walk like the white people, you walk like elephant, you could not even eat like ant. Then the person that see you will want to learn from that mistake, not to. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Okay.
Mr. Najawash, please, I need 10 seconds to say something. Just it's very, very important. Please.
What's that?
Please, this platform is not in any way against divorce, like divorcing people who are divorced. We are not victimizing you. We are not judging anybody. We are just talking and educating ourselves. If you are a divorced person, you are looking. I saw a comment somewhere some time ago. If you are a divorced person, we don't have anything to say about that. We are not here to condemn anybody. We are not here to say you are bad or you are good, but we are just talking on our own platitudes, on our own capacity to pass information to people. So it's not an anti-divorce platform. That is it for divorce. So that's the point I want to make.
Yes, and to add to that, yeah, I have a lot of stories to tell because my 2 children are currently living with my ex-wife, who is a white Igbo woman. So I don't know whether we have a lot of time to go into that today, but if we have time, then I will go into that and explain it in detail so you can see how women manipulate the system. Not just black women, white women as well. But
it's going to be next Saturday. Next Saturday, sir. Today is already, we're already almost 5 hours.
I think this platform should be against divorce because you can't be for breaking up homes.
Mr. Tunaja, you can't judge people. You are not God for me.
We're not
and
judging.
I'm not
Nigeria. You are judging. It's like saying you're against abortion. You can't be for and against abortion at the same time. You can say
Nigeria is the owner of the platform. He can state his stand. You are not the owner of the platform.
Hold on.
Is it my time to
But
speak?
you are stating the state of the platform for him
guys are
too.
taking our time.
Okay, let us see it this way. We are encourage people's marriage to succeed.
Exactly.
Thank you. That is good. You see, that's what I'm talking about.
Yes, but we are not also condemning people who are victims of circumstances in marriages.
Those ones should go away. They should go if their life is threatened.
Exactly.
Okay. All right, please stay mute, please. Let somebody else speak. We are almost 5 hours now. Marita, please talk to us 2 minutes.
Yeah, thank you very much. I just want to touch on a few things. I heard Mr. Victor talk about you have to, marry your friend, but I do not believe that having a successful marriage equates to marrying somebody who's your friend. And you can marry someone who's your friend, but that person could love you as a friend enough to say, you know what, we can be good as friends, but we can't be good as husband and wife. So marrying your friend is a good thing, but that is not that is not a paramount ingredient for a successful marriage.
Okay, move on now. You only have 2 minutes.
Please. Yes. And somebody said talk about northern women. They live it better. Like, listen, if you've never been there, you just see it on the surface. A typical northern woman. I know like 4 northern women that have married 2 or 3 times. A typical northern woman in Nigeria, quote me anywhere, has married 2 or 3 times in her lifetime. Example is, I'm just going to call a popular person, Babangida's daughter. I think she's in her 3rd marriage. So what you see is not what it actually is. The thing is that I think in the north, in the Islamic religion, someone should correct me. I've seen one of my Fulani friends told me that they don't like their women being alone. So if a woman divorces, it doesn't wait between 3 to 6 months. Another man is already going to marry her. So what you see is not what it is. And then I just want to say something when we talk about the laws, because it's part of what I do. It's kind of relative. It's not direct, but it's relative. These laws in the 18th century, US and Western world now, women didn't have the freedom or protection that the way they have now. There are instances where a woman can be in an abusive relationship, marriage. In this is what we're talking about, either verbal or physical. But in most cases, when it's physical, the woman is not protected. Now, these laws were made to protect the woman and the child. Unfortunately, I have seen, based on what I do, that some women who actually take these men back, they actually die. A lot of women have died by taking this man back in the name of, let me forgive the man. But fast forward, to this generation now, a lot of women, I admit it, a lot of women have abused the system, and they use it as a yardstick to hurt the man. They use the system, they waste the taxpayers' money just because they want to use it to spite a man. But the real issue of why they separated is not being focused on. So they now use the system as a cover-up. So these laws were placed to protect the woman and the child, but it has been abused. And lastly, I just want to pray. I pray that everyone who is with somebody now, who's married to somebody now, I pray that your marriage would last. I pray that you would not be in a situation where you have to make decisions to keep your mental stability and your physical body intact. I pray that those who are even single, you find somebody who is in tandem with your aspiration, and you also be in tandem with that person's aspiration, and you compromise together and you make it work. That is the prayer, because it's easy for us to say, I don't support it, but I don't support it. You never, if you, anyway, I don't even want to stretch this. And lastly, just be kind. Be kind to each other. Even if you have to separate, be kind. Just be kind. Thank you.
Be kind and cook better banga soup and stash for
your
husband.
I want to quickly what I'm making. I'm making banga and I'm doing suya, so that's why I took a lot of time.
Correct.
I focus on my husband.
Mail some to me.
Engineer Ken said I should carry go. I should focus on my husband. So that's why we have to extend this discussion to next weekend.
I want to respond.
No, but Margarita,
can I just ask something really quick?
Margarita, all the women not quick on to the Irish finance not quick.
I want to respond quickly.
Hold on now, hold on, sir, hold on.
Okay.
Irish finance not quick come, Margarita not quick come, or yeah not quick come. None of that. We talk about this time, una not quick come. So next week now we'll still talk again. Now go come after 7 hours. It be as it get. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, I want to respond quickly from the private chat here that I said something about Pastor Chris' wife. Yeah. Madam Rita said that I was unfair to her. And also, Omoye said something else. I'm not taking it like a heavyweight. No, I'm not. Yeah, it's just like, let us clear the air. What do you guys mean? But I'm not.
No. We can't really talk on that now. You were only referencing to these people. You didn't say anything wrong. You were referencing, so everybody's allowed to reference. You never talk much about them. You reference to them just the same way.
Because I'm being accused.
Margarita just referenced to Babagida's daughter now.
I'm being accused that she was bored with Pastor Chris. That's why she left.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, I don't know, because there is no time. About that Pastor Chris issue, she laid out the things that was happening to her over the years. And I would just look at it as she was being gaslighted for so long, and it was affecting her mental state. You see, you got to think of yourself first. It's not just being a relation. Your mental being and your physical being is more important. See, the Bible says, love thy neighbor as thyself. So God understands that every human being must love themselves enough that when your mental state is in danger, your physical state is in danger, step aside.
Okay, now another topic be this one. So more than
okay, Mr. Elvis, let me just quickly interject here. I hear a lot of blame on the women for the high rate of divorce, which I completely disagree with. I believe that the men really have a higher responsibility in this regard. I just want to put it out there, because every situation is very, very unique in and of itself. You do not expect a woman who is miserable, that does not have, that does not have what she needs in a marriage to sustain that marriage. It takes two. So when we're talking about these things, we need to consider the fact that sometimes these things are more mental and spiritual than anything else.
Let me tell you this.
Women are the ones triggering divorce by 80%. You can't excuse such numbers.
1 second. Just give me 1 minute.
The men bear more responsibility.
Just give me 10 seconds.
When the women are triggering 80% of the time.
A woman.
That's inaccurate.
Wait 1 second. Yeah, a woman should not leave her husband just because she's bored, because the husband is not around.
Well, you're not in the marriage, so how can you speak to the fact that she's bored? How do you know that for sure? And
But
let's differentiate between a black woman in a marriage from a white woman in a marriage, please.
Can I answer your question?
Can I say something?
Can we? Hello, 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 everybody.
Guys, after this, I will not speak again. Let me just say this. I will answer your question because she was in London and he was in Nigeria. And
no, sir, this is story.
Boring.
This is story.
It became boring for her. And
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Now
that's not when it was abandoned.
So we cannot go to one person's own. Let's focus generally so that they don't see.
You know, you reference to that man on Pastor Chris shouldn't become an issue here. It's a reference. Please. You referenced Marital reference to Babagida's daughter. So was that a topic? So it's a reference.
I want to quickly come in here. I want to quickly
please let me mute everybody, please. Lefties, make it 1 minute. I need to go now.
You see, I've kept quiet listening. Where these women come up with a punch is because they mentioned the man of God, Pastor Chris. And we've been making references to other people that didn't complain. Nobody.
I can't believe this.
The moment they mention Pastor Chris, is why is Pastor Chris?
The man is allowed to reference to
why is Pastor Chris' case different? And this is a man that is telling us. This is a man. His case should be more pronounced because this is a man that
said God's case is not different, sir.
No,
did anybody attack you when you reference to Babagida's daughter?
Babagida's daughters? Why Pastor Chris?
Why is Pastor Chris more
you cannot teach what you don't have. Don't be confused. Don't be confused. The problem,
no, I reference to the northern. Mr. Okundaye said, I don't know if it's Okunda said, initially that the people in the women in the north, they even have better marriages. I just wanted to enlighten him. I just wanted to enlighten.
He was not talking about Pastor Chris.
The Bible made us clear that if you want to be
oh my God.
The Bible makes it clear that if you want to be a clergy, for those that can stay with that woman, please, the Bible did not encourage his principle like Jesus Christ.
No, now Bible, you want to
start. Let me come up. Let me just come up. He said, he go prefer make you just carry the cross and go. Because women and children are distraction to the word of God. Because for those who not go fit stay, may they marry. You see, for those. So if you be man of God, so you be real man of God, you can't like to marry. And the Spirit of God, both of them, they handle church. So the Spirit of God, now I want to tell me, say, no, they walk. Now go divorce. Now they do evangelism for different places. Bori can't come. Fletty can't come. I better leave this story.
Let's just leave. Is he celibate? Are you trying to tell me Pastor Chris is celibate right now as we speak?
No.
Can you vouch for that?
Can we end? Please stop Pastor Chris issue.
Elvis, I think you're a believer's love word person because I know you mentioned it. So that's why you prepare your body to.
Elvis is trying to
leave believers love word.
Not to turn the topic like we are discussing one person.
Okay, I'm not going to talk about. I won't talk about any priesthood. I'm not judging anybody, But this is my last word. A lot of men are under pressure in the 21st century. A lot of men and young boys are under serious pressure. Many of them don't know how to handle this pressure of finances, pressure of relationship, pressure of how to relate and talk to people. But we need to help each other.
Okay.
We need to help each other and not put people down because of their circumstances.
The only way people can have a good happiness in their home, go and vote for Peter Obi.
And leave example. Okay,
good night. So I beg next week Saturday we have to talk this talk.
No, the women don't keep on today.
See, it is circumstances beyond my control. It's family first now. These topics, I love to champion it. I really is because we have to educate our people and help our people. But
All right,
as women, all of you are men now. Are you cooking? Are you taking care of children? So that's what of you are here.
Go and
that's the
eat your
truth.
banga soup, not the
I
bully
go
us
chop my
banga
suya. I'm
soup.
not eat banga. No, my husband eat. I don't eat banga. It's suya I'm eating.
Okay, hi, see level.
I beg, pastor, come here. You don't tell that chop suya, beg.
Let's you want to go eat now.
And they try to mute everybody now because we go day here. These women want to begin another topic. No,
we are done.
They mute anybody wait
Let
up
me
now.
say
Not the
something.
gray again.
Let me say something so that we can go. My people, other thing I would like to add to everything we've talked about today is be watchful the kind of friend your wife keep. We'll go elaborate on that one next Saturday. Be careful. Because many wives, the friend where they get, you see that friend where they do say, I ain't like you, pass. So if he see you, good morning, sir. Good evening, sir. Good morning, sir. Now that be the problem of your marriage, in case you don't know. I just say my add that one, but we'll talk about it later. Next week, Saturday, we'll be talking about this. I appreciate every one of you. Thank you for your time with us today. Thank you. I don't know what to say. I just want to say we are grateful. I never thought we were going to be here for these long hours, 4 hours, something.
Thank you
so much. Thank you. We can't really read names, lefties. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate everybody.
Thank you, Mr. Najawash. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Please, everybody, endeavor to join us tomorrow by 6 p.m. We're going to be talking about politics, so that we can start kick it off from where we stop. Now, God bless you now. Everybody, good night.
They do competition with anybody. If I offend you, forgive me. Tó bá ti sanwó fún Ṣẹ́gun nàbí o, ẹ fẹ́ jókù. Alákọ̀bí Ṣẹ́gun nàbí. Alákọ̀bí Sábà mẹ́la. Anybody? Any bobo. Anybody? Mo ló ń fọlú, ó gbà mí bó ṣe rí mi láti kíníṣí. Délé mo ló ń fọlú, ẹ jẹ́ ń sọ̀rọ̀. Délé ó dé.